In Linux, we have a few different ways for chaining or combining multiple commands. So once again, I'm in my home directory. Let's say I want to create a directory called test. And right after this, I want to go into this directory and echo something to the terminal. Now, I don't want to press enter here and then type the second command. I want to type multiple commands and execute them in one go. So here we type a semicolon and then type the second command, which is cd test. Now, once again, we type a semicolon and type the third command. So echo done. Now, if I press enter, all these commands will get executed one after another. Now, some people prefer to add a space around these semicolons to make their command sequence more clear, more readable. That's optional. It's entirely up to you. So look, we see the done message and we're currently inside the test directory. Now, if we go one level up and execute the last command, we're going to get an error because we already have the test directory. But the other two commands will get executed. Take a look. So look, here's the error saying the test directory exists, but we also see the done message and we're currently inside the test directory. Now, what if you want to stop execution? So if one command fails, the other commands are not going to get executed. Well, this is where we use the AND operator. So let me go up and clear the screen. Now, instead of a semicolon, we're going to use double ampersands. That is the AND operator. So if this command fails, the other commands will not get executed. Take a look. All right, we saw an error saying the directory exists, but we're still inside the home directory. We didn't go inside the test directory. Now we also have the OR operator. So if we say create the test directory or echo directory exists, if this command gets executed, this command will not get executed. But if this command fails, this command gets executed. Make sense? So essentially it's saying create this directory or print directory exists. Let's try it. So we got this message because the directory already exists. But if I bring up this command and change the directory name to test2, this time we are not going to see this message because we can successfully create this directory. There you go. So these techniques are very powerful. You'll use them a lot when it comes to deploying your applications using Docker. You'll see more examples in the future. Now, another way to chain commands is piping, and this is extremely powerful. So let's look at the content of the bin directory. So here we have a long list of files, but what if you want to look at this list using the less command? So remember, earlier we talked about the less command. With this, we can look at the content of a file, and then we have the ability to scroll up and down or go line by line and then quit. This is where we can use piping. So we use the ls command, get the content of the bin directory, and then create a pipe. So we get the output of this command and then send it to the less command. So essentially we're creating a pipe. What comes out of this command goes into the second command. So now less doesn't need a file name because it gets the input from the first command. Take a look. So now we're seeing the output of the less command. Using the up and down arrows, we can scroll. Using space, we can go to the next page, and then we can exit using Q. We can also use the head and tail commands here, pretty much any commands. So if we use head, by default, we can see the first 10 lines. We can supply an option and see the first 5 lines. Pretty useful. Now, one last thing before we finish this lesson. Sometimes when dealing with a long command, our command sequence might look a little bit hard to read. So let me show you how you can split it into multiple lines. So I'm going to create a directory called hello. Then I'm going to go into this directory and echo done. Now, this is a fairly short command, but imagine this was really long and we had to scroll horizontally. We don't want to do that. So we create a directory and then terminate this command using a semicolon. Now, if we type a backslash and press enter, we go to the second line and the command prompt changes. So we can type the rest of the command here. Now we're going to go to the hello directory, then terminate this command and add a backslash. So on the third line, we can echo done. And of course, we can keep going as much as we want. So this is how we can break up a long command into multiple lines by using a backslash. There you go.